Hey guys! Today's video is a compilation of some of my favorite miniature doll crafts. As always, kids do be sure and ask a parent for help before starting this craft. First up are the cameras. I cut off a small section of foam board, peel away the paper, then shape with a nail file. On paper, I mark the height of the short part of the camera, roll the paper, leaving a tab to glue in place. Trimming as needed. I punch out a top and bottom of paper using my multi-hole punch, then place. Then mix paint with a little bit of glue just to thicken it up, and paint. For the lens, I paint a pony bead, then use black permanent marker and paint for detail. Adding more details to my camera using paper, craft foam, mirror paper, and cardboard from packaging material. And puff paint for buttons. And you can find the printable photos on my website, rainbowtinklesworld.com. And that will be the case for all of the printables today. Next up are the retro phones. I print the printable on cardstock, score on the lines, cut, fold, and assemble. Trimming any spot that doesn't line up perfectly. Next, I glue two pieces of craft foam together. Trim, then glue the cardstock to the craft foam. And for the handle, just gluing more craft foam, which I can trim. Then using the heat from my glue gun to shape. I glue pony beads to each end. Add a paper cutout to cover, and paint. For the cord, I cover string with puff paint, which is flexible. Wrap around a Q-tip and give plenty of time to dry. In the meantime, cutting out more craft foam for the top of the phone, which I glue and paint. When dry, I poke a hole in the craft foam and insert the cord, gluing the other end to my phone handle, and another cutout for detail along the front. Next, I make easy laptops and tablets by printing the printable on photo paper, then gluing to craft foam. For the laptop, I first score lines along the middle and fold. The hoverboard is made from foam board. I find the middle, then cut out a shape using sandpaper to smooth. I paint my foam board and my buttons. Then glue glitter craft foam along the edge. And more along the top. I add my wheels and a sticker for the final touch. The skateboard is even easier, again just shaping foam board. I add a piece of scrapbook paper for detail, and pony beads along the bottom. And I make easy cell phones by printing the template on paper or glossy photo paper. If on cardstock or paper, I add tape for shine, then glue to craft foam. For my retro TV, I peel the label from a floss container, adding a slightly taller, thick piece of craft foam along the edge. I shape black glitter craft foam, then glue mirrored paper to the container and my craft foam over it. Adding black cardstock and gems for detail. I cover the back with thin craft foam, then make an antenna out of a paper clip. And a final puffy sticker for detail. Next up are the roller skates. I shape glitter craft foam, cut a narrow popsicle stick to fit Barbie's foot, then glue the craft foam around it. Leaving my back slightly open. I add a tongue of craft foam on the inside front, then wind thick thread through as laces. Being careful not to rip my craft foam. I make sure the laces are tight enough, then trim and glue in place, using parchment paper to assist, as hot glue won't stick to it. I add tiny beads as wheels and my brake, then glue a puffy sticker for detail. Next, I make headphones by shaping hot glue. I lay out a thick line on parchment paper, then carefully wrap around a paint container and allow it to dry in that shape. I trim the edges, then use more hot glue to create the ear section. Then paint with glossy paint. Next, I trim craft foam, shape the center and glue to my headphones. Then add a drop of paint for detail. I can use a craft foam phone or simply glue my template to a couple of pieces of black cardstock. Next up is the Xbox. I glue 4 pieces of my least favorite color of craft foam, trim, and paint. Then create detail using an X-Acto knife. Before painting black. I add tape to black cardstock, then cut out a piece for the front of my game console. Adding a strip of mirror paper and a dab of nail polish for detail. For the controller, I glue 2 pieces of craft foam together, draw my shape, then cut out. And paint. Next, I color the tops of 4 pins to look like buttons. Then glue craft foam to 2 more pins. I trim my pins and glue to my controller. Then add a cross of cardstock for the D-pad. Alternatively, you could use puff paint for the buttons. And to make games, you can print my printable on glossy photo paper or Google your own images of games and print. Then wrap around a popsicle stick to shape and glue to craft foam. And guys, you are so totally good to go. Well guys, I sure hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks guys!